Beloved, I invite you to awaken to the truth that blessings are not a promise far off in some uncertain future, but the living reality of this very day. The treasure you seek is not delayed. It is already here, awaiting your recognition. God's blessings are not rationed, they are not postponed. They are ever present, flowing ceaselessly, waiting only for your acceptance. Look not to the distant horizon, for today is the day of fulfillment. Every blessing begins in the unseen, in that sacred place within where your thoughts, feelings, and visions dwell. When you dare to imagine yourself already in possession of the good you desire, you have touched the fountain of God's blessings. The unseen is not less real than the seen. It is the womb from which all blessings are born. Faith is not waiting, faith is knowing. Faith is the invisible assurance that what you inwardly accept must outwardly appear. To walk in faith is to walk already clothed in your answered prayer, already rejoicing in the harvest, though the field appears bare. For what you claim within, life is compelled to mirror without. Today, decide to live as though the blessing has already arrived. Feel it, rejoice in it, celebrate it, speak as one who already has it. Let the song of gratitude rise from your heart now, not when the outer sign appears. Gratitude is the magnet of multiplication, and what you thank God for in spirit today must take form tomorrow. Do not wait for proof to believe, for proof is the child of belief. The world you walk through is but a mirror reflecting the state you occupy within. If you dwell in the consciousness of blessing, blessing shall surely surround you. If you abide in the thought of lack, lack will echo back. Choose wisely, for today's inner word becomes tomorrow's outer world. So I tell you, God's blessings are here, today, now, this very moment. They are waiting for you to accept them, to claim them, to live from them. Step into the awareness that all you have asked for is already done. Breathe it in. Walk as if it were so. For indeed it is so. Imagination is the sacred channel through which the blessings of God flow into our lives. It is not a child's game or a fleeting fantasy. It is the creative power that shapes the very fabric of our existence. Every image we hold within, whether in faith or in fear, becomes a seed planted in the invisible soil of consciousness, destined to bear fruit in the visible world. To recognize this truth is to awaken to the understanding that life does not happen to us by accident. It is born from the inner patterns we nurture, knowingly or unknowingly. This is what only we are able to see, but only. This is what only we. When you dare to imagine yourself in possession of what you desire, you are not engaging in idle dreaming, you are invoking the divine law of creation. The outer world is but a shadow, a reflection of the inner life you carry. What you hold within eventually solidifies into form without. If you entertain images of abundance, peace, and fulfillment, those images will clothe themselves in circumstance. If you dwell on lack, limitation, and despair, those too will take shape. The imagination is impartial. It simply gives form to what is impressed upon it. The blessing of imagination is that it allows you to step beyond appearances. Even if today's outer scene seems barren, within the theater of the mind, you can already live in the richness of answered prayer. You can see yourself healed, prosperous, loved, and free. And when you persist in this inner vision, refusing to bow to the evidence of the senses, the world must eventually rearrange itself to match your inner acceptance. Imagination is not a passive tool, it is the active doorway through which the unseen becomes seen. Consider that every invention, every work of art, every discovery began first in the imagination. The chair you sit upon, the building you enter, the device in your hand, all were once only images in the mind of someone who dared to believe in their unseen reality. So too with the blessings you desire. They must be conceived and received within before they can manifest without. The world is a mirror, faithfully reflecting what the imagination has already birthed. To use imagination consciously is to align with God's blessings today. It is to know that you are never waiting for good to come from outside, you are cultivating it from within. The moment you see yourself as blessed, favored, and guided in imagination, that moment you set the law of creation in motion. Life will conspire to confirm what you have accepted, doors will open, people will appear, and circumstances will unfold to give body to the vision you have cherished in secret. Guard your imagination with reverence, for it is the workshop of divine blessings. Do not squander it on fear or complaint, for those too will manifest. Instead, hold steadfastly to images of joy, abundance, and love. Embrace the reality of your blessing within and watch as the outer world reshapes itself in obedience. For truly, what you hold within, you must one day hold without. Faith is the unseen bridge between the invisible world of thought and the visible world of form. It is not mere hope, nor is it wishful thinking. Faith is substance. It is the invisible reality that precedes the outer manifestation. To believe is to hold in consciousness the conviction that what is unseen is already true, already alive, and already yours. When you believe, you clothe the unseen with substance, and that substance will eventually harden into fact in your daily life. Consider how the world around you has been shaped. Every structure, invention, or idea began as an unseen conviction in the heart of its creator. Long before the world could see it, the inventor already knew it. That knowing, that certainty, was faith. Faith does not wait for evidence. It creates the evidence. To walk in faith is to accept the invisible as more real than the visible, knowing that the visible is nothing but yesterday's faith made solid. When you believe in your blessing, you begin to embody it even before it arrives. If you believe in healing, you carry yourself as one already whole. If you believe in abundance, you think, speak, and act as one who is already supplied. The mind and body respond to this inner conviction, and circumstances align themselves to make that inner reality outwardly visible. Belief clothes itself in form. It cannot remain unseen forever. It must show itself in time and space, for that is the nature of faith. Doubt, on the other hand, is simply faith misplaced. To doubt is to give substance to the opposite of what you desire. If you fear lack, that fear becomes faith in scarcity, and life confirms it. If you expect disappointment, that expectation becomes faith in failure, and the world echoes it back. Faith is always working, whether directed toward what you desire or toward what you fear. This is why it is said that according to your faith it is done unto you. To practice true faith is to live from the end. To feel now what you would feel if your desire were already fulfilled. It is not straining nor begging, but resting in the assurance that what you have accepted inwardly must appear outwardly. Faith does not ask when or how. It knows the seed is planted and the harvest is certain. Just as a farmer does not dig up the soil each day to check if the seed is growing, faith does not waver or question. It waits with quiet confidence, knowing that the invisible process is already at work. Faith is not passive, it is active, dynamic, and creative. It is the energy that moves mountains, not by force but by conviction. When you align your belief with the truth of your blessing, the whole universe bends to clothe that belief in tangible form. Faith is not an accessory to life. It is the very substance from which life itself is woven. What you believe in your heart, you will one day hold in your hands. To live in the end is to step into the reality of your desire before the outer world gives you permission to do so. It is the conscious decision to assume the blessing as if it is already present today, not tomorrow, not someday, but now. This practice is not make-believe or pretense. It is the act of claiming in consciousness the truth of what you seek until the world around you bows to that inner conviction. Every change in life begins first within. And when you dare to live, in the end, you place yourself in the very atmosphere of fulfillment. Look in the end means refusing to look to circumstances for confirmation. If you wait for the outer world to tell you when to feel blessed, you will always remain at its mercy. The outer world is but a shadow of your inner life, and a shadow cannot cast itself differently unless the object itself changes. By assuming the state of already having, already being, already doing, you become the cause that transforms the effect. The blessing begins the moment you take it in imagination as real. When you live in the end, you feel the joy, peace, and gratitude that would naturally accompany the fulfillment of your desire. You speak from it, think from it, and walk as if the prayer has already been answered. This inner alignment sends out a vibration so clear and steady that the world has no choice but to reorganize itself in harmony with your assumption. Life becomes the mirror, and the image you hold within becomes the reflection you see without. This principle is evident in everyday life. Imagine the difference between a person who feels defeated, waiting for success, and another who already carries themselves as successful before the evidence appears. The latter attracts opportunities, connections, and outcomes because they are living in the end of their desire. Their state of consciousness becomes a magnet for the corresponding experience. The blessing does not come because they are lucky, it comes because they dared to embody the end before it was visible. Living in the end also requires persistence. The senses may contradict you, and the outer world may appear unchanged for a time. Yet, if you hold fast to the inner vision and refuse to abandon your assumption, the invisible will clothe itself in form. The law of life guarantees that what you occupy inwardly must eventually show outwardly. The delay is not denial. It is the process of the unseen becoming seen. To live in the end is to free yourself from waiting. It is to release anxiety, doubt, and striving, and to rest in the awareness that it is already done. Today is the day of blessing, not a distant future. By assuming the reality of your desire now, you draw it closer with every thought and feeling. You no longer chase after blessings, you live from them. And as you remain faithful to this state, the world cannot help but echo back the fulfillment you have already embraced within. The inner word is the seed of creation, for every outer circumstance is but an echo of what has been spoken within. Life is not shaped by chance, nor is it ruled by external forces beyond your control. The hidden dialogue you carry in the silence of your mind is the true architect of your experience. What you whisper inwardly, whether in words, images, or feelings, becomes the command to which the outer world must respond. To understand this is to realize that your thoughts are never idle. Each inner statement plants itself in the soil of consciousness, and in time it bears fruit in the realm of form. If within yourself you repeatedly say, "I am lacking, I am forgotten, I am unworthy," then that inner decree becomes a law in your life, and outer circumstances will rise up to confirm it. On the other hand, when you declare inwardly, "I am blessed, I am favored, I am guided," the outer world must echo those words, often in ways you cannot foresee. The inner word carries creative power, because it is not merely mental chatter, it is the expression of belief. Belief is what gives weight and substance to the word. A casual thought may pass unnoticed, but a word, accepted in conviction, plants itself firmly and begins to shape the field of experience. This is why discipline of the inner conversation is vital. The tongue within is far more powerful than the tongue without. For while spoken words can influence others, it is the unspoken words of the heart that determine the script of your own life. Many unknowingly imprison themselves by careless inner speech. They dwell on failure, they repeat stories of limitation, and they rehearse fears until those fears become realities. Yet the same law that creates struggle can just as faithfully create blessing. By changing the inner word, you change the pattern of the outer world. The transformation begins, not with effort in the physical, but with mastery of the invisible conversation within. To practice this truth is to become aware of what you are saying to yourself throughout the day. When difficulties arise, do you echo defeat or declare victory? When challenges present themselves, do you speak inwardly of fear or do you affirm guidance and strength? The answer reveals the direction your life will take, for the world simply reflects the state you inwardly affirm. To speak inwardly in alignment with blessing is to live as one already supplied, already healed, already favored. This inner word generates a vibration that draws to you people, opportunities, and events in harmony with it. Life begins to mirror back to you the very words you have claimed in the sanctuary of thought. The more steadfast you are in this inner decree, the more inevitable its outer fulfillment becomes. So guard the inner word as you would guard a precious treasure. Choose to speak life, abundance, peace, and joy within yourself, for these words will not remain hidden. They will clothe themselves in form and shape the outer stage upon which you walk. What you inwardly accept, your outer life must echo. For the world has no choice but to confirm the command of the inner word. Gratitude is not a reaction to blessings received, it is the very cause by which blessings appear. To wait until circumstances change before giving thanks is to misunderstand the creative power of gratitude. True gratitude is given in advance, in faith, in awareness of unseen blessings that are already yours in the invisible. When you give thanks before the evidence arrives, you align yourself with the vibration of fulfillment, and life must respond by multiplying the very things for which you are grateful. Gratitude now, not later, is the key that unlocks abundance. It is easy to thank after the harvest has been gathered, but the wise know to give thanks while the seed is still in the ground. This kind of gratitude is not dependent on sight, but on vision. It recognizes that what you inwardly accept is already done, and thanksgiving is the natural outpouring of that inner assurance. To say thank you before the blessing is visible is to declare, "I know it is mine already." That knowing draws the unseen into the seen. Consider how the heart feels when it is truly grateful. Gratitude lifts the spirit, softens resistance, and opens the door for more. A grateful mind cannot dwell on lack, for it is too busy celebrating sufficiency. A grateful heart cannot be heavy, for it beats in rhythm with joy. When you cultivate gratitude before the outer sign appears, you take possession of the blessing inwardly, and the world must follow. Blessings multiply in such soil because the state of gratitude is the state of receiving. So many delay their joy by saying, "I will be thankful when it happens." But the law of life works the opposite way. It happens because you are thankful. Gratitude is creative, not reactive. The moment you rejoice in what is unseen, you give it life. The more you celebrate, the more life offers you reasons to celebrate. The more you give thanks, the more circumstances arise to confirm your gratitude. This is the secret by which blessings multiply. Practice this daily. Rise in the morning and give thanks, not only for what has already appeared, but for the unseen blessings in motion. Thank for the answered prayer, thank for the provision, thank for the healing, thank for the opportunity, even before any outer sign is visible. This act is not delusion, it is faith in action. It is the acknowledgement that God's blessings are already here, waiting only for your recognition. Gratitude now is the song of the fulfilled heart. It draws your focus from what is missing to what is present, from longing to having, from waiting to receiving. It transforms your inner state, and the outer must mirror that transformation. To give thanks today, before the blessing shows itself, is to plant the seed of multiplied blessings tomorrow. Life cannot help but echo the gratitude you give in advance, for what is received in awareness must eventually be received in form. The present moment is the only place where life truly exists. Yesterday is but a memory, tomorrow is only an idea, but today is alive. To believe that blessings will come someday in the future is to keep them always out of reach. The truth is that today is the day of blessing, for there is no future apart from the now. Every fulfillment, every answered prayer, every dream realized must be experienced in the eternal present, for it is the only time there is. When you postpone your joy, waiting for conditions to align or for signs to appear, you unknowingly push your blessings away. The mind becomes trapped in longing, always expecting but never possessing. Yet the moment you claim your blessing as present now, you release yourself from delay and step into the state of fulfillment. You stop waiting for life to change and begin living as though it already has. That shift in consciousness is the very thing that brings outer change. The present moment carries creative power because it is alive with awareness. To dwell on the past is to reanimate what is already gone, and to fixate on the future is to live in shadows. But when you anchor yourself in the now, you discover that the richness you seek is already here, in seed form. Every breath, every thought, every inner assumption in this moment is shaping the next. By embracing the present as already full, you set in motion a chain of events that must confirm your state. Living in the present as fulfillment means choosing to feel today what you would feel if your desire were already complete. Instead of saying, "One day I will be blessed," you say, "I am blessed now." Instead of "Someday I will be free," you declare, "I am free today." This is not self-deception, it is recognition of truth, for all possibilities exist in this eternal now. What you choose to embody in this moment determines what will unfold. The mind often resists this truth, insisting that evidence must come first. Yet the law of life operates in reverse. Assume it now, and the evidence will follow. The present moment is the seedbed of creation. If you occupy lack in the now, you ensure more lack in the future. But if you occupy fulfillment in the now, you guarantee its unfolding. Everything depends on the state you occupy in this living moment. To see today as the day of blessing is to rest in peace. It removes striving, waiting, and anxious expectation. It opens the heart to gratitude, for you no longer live in absence, but in presence. The blessing is not something to chase, it is something to recognize. And the recognition happens now, never later. So let this moment be your sanctuary. Breathe deeply and declare within, today I live in the blessing. Feel it, embrace it, rejoice in it. For life responds only to the now, and when the now is full, the future cannot help but echo it. Truly, there is no future apart from this eternal moment, and this moment is already complete. In the end, we see that God's blessings are not distant promises, but present realities. They move through imagination, they take shape through faith, they manifest when we dare to live in the end, and they echo the inner word we choose to accept. Gratitude multiplies them, and the present moment reveals them. To walk in this awareness is to walk already fulfilled, already supplied, already blessed. Life is not waiting to give to you. You are invited to receive now. Today is the day of blessing, and as you claim it within, the outer world must unfold to match it. Thank you for sharing this sacred moment of truth, and may you step forward knowing that God's blessings are already yours, today and always.
Manifestation is not a fragmented process. You are not bound by time, space, or any limitation when you align your inner world with your desires. The power within you is infinite and knows no boundaries. Clarity of desire is the cornerstone of all manifestation. To bring forth what you want into your reality, you must first understand exactly what it is that you desire. This may seem simple, but in truth, it requires profound introspection and an unwavering commitment to self-awareness. Most people move through life with vague wants, scattered thoughts, and conflicting wishes. They say, I want success, I want love, or I want happiness, but these are not clear desires, they are mere shadows of clarity, too ambiguous to draw the power of creation to them. Clarity is not just knowing what you want, it is the complete embodiment of your vision, as if it were already true. Another vital aspect of clarity is specificity. You must paint your desire with the vivid strokes of imagination. It is not enough to say, I want a new home. Instead, envision every detail, the color of the walls, the warmth of the sunlight streaming through the windows, the feeling of the soft carpet under your feet. Live within that vision, as though it is your present reality. The clearer your image, the more power it holds. Vagueness dilutes your energy, while specificity sharpens your focus, drawing the unseen forces of creation toward you like a magnet. Clarity also involves prioritization. When you try to manifest multiple things at once, it's easy to become overwhelmed. But clarity allows you to see how each desire fits into the greater whole of your life. It's not about choosing one thing over another. It's about recognizing how all your desires can coexist harmoniously. This requires trust in your inner guidance. Sometimes the journey to one desire opens doors to others you hadn't even imagined. Clarity does not mean rigidity, it means trusting that the essence of what you seek is always working to align with you, even if the form it takes surprises you. It is also essential to let go of external influences when defining your desires. Too often, people shape their wants based on what they believe they should want or what society expects of them. But these are not true desires, they are borrowed dreams, and they carry no creative power. The clarity you seek must come from within. Sit with yourself in silence and listen to the whispers of your heart. Ask yourself, is this what I truly want, Or is it what I've been told to want? When your desire is authentic, it will resonate with a deep sense of peace and certainty. Clarity requires consistency. Your vision must remain steady, unshaken by the changing circumstances of the external world. Doubts will arise and obstacles may appear, but they are only distractions. Clarity acts as your anchor, keeping you grounded in the truth of what you desire. When you hold a clear image of your goal, you send a powerful signal to the universe. But when you waver, your energy becomes scattered, and the manifestation process slows. Clarity is a living practice. It is not something you define once and then forget. As you grow and evolve, so too will your desires. This is not a sign of failure, but of expansion. Allow yourself the freedom to refine your vision. Each time you return to your desires, you deepen your understanding of them, and in doing so, you bring them closer to you. Clarity of desire is the foundation upon which all manifestation is built. It is the light that guides you through the shadows of doubt and the storms of uncertainty. When you know with absolute certainty what you want and hold that vision firmly in your mind and heart, you set into motion forces beyond your comprehension. The world begins to shift, opportunities arise, and your desires take shape in ways you could never have planned. Clarity is the act of claiming your power as a creator, and with it, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Unified feeling is the secret language through which desires are transformed into reality. It is not enough to think about what you want, nor is it sufficient to visualize it vividly if your feelings remain fragmented or disconnected. The power to manifest lies in aligning your emotional state with the reality you wish to create, allowing all your desires to exist harmoniously within you. Unified feeling bridges the gap between your inner world and the external reality, creating a seamless flow of energy that brings your desires into being. When we speak of unified feeling, we are referring to the profound sense of fulfillment that comes from embodying the emotional state of having already achieved everything you desire. This feeling is not something you hope for or look forward to, it is a reality you step into now. Imagine holding the simultaneous joy, peace, and certainty of living the life you dream of. That feeling becomes your compass, your guide, and the very foundation of your manifestation practice. Many people struggle to manifest because their feelings are divided. They may think positively about one goal while doubting another. They might feel excited about love but anxious about finances, or confident about health but uncertain about career success. These conflicting emotions create resistance. It is as if you are trying to sail in two directions at once, pulling against yourself rather than moving forward. Unified feeling eliminates this resistance by aligning all aspects of your emotional state into one cohesive vibration. To cultivate a unified feeling, you must first identify and release any inner conflicts. Take time to reflect on your desires and notice where doubts, fears, or insecurities arise. Do you feel unworthy of a particular goal? Do you worry about how achieving one desire might affect another? These hidden tensions must be resolved before your emotional state can harmonize. By addressing these inner conflicts, you create space for your feelings to align and strengthen your manifestation power. Next, immerse yourself in the feeling of fulfillment. This requires more than surface-level positivity. It demands that you embody the emotions of your desired reality fully and completely. Close your eyes and imagine your life as if every desire has already been fulfilled. What does it feel like to wake up in the home you've always wanted, surrounded by the people you love, enjoying perfect health and boundless success? Let those feelings wash over you. Feel the gratitude, joy, and peace as though they are real now, not someday, but in this moment. Unified feeling also requires consistency. It is not enough to feel aligned for a few moments or even a few days. You must carry that emotional state with you, allowing it to infuse every aspect of your life. This does not mean ignoring challenges or suppressing negative emotions. Rather, it means returning to the feeling of fulfillment whenever you are pulled off course. Treat it as your emotional home, the place you return to whenever doubt or fear arises. One of the most powerful tools for cultivating unified feeling is gratitude. Gratitude anchors you in the present moment while simultaneously affirming the reality of your desires. When you express gratitude for something as though it has already been received, you align your emotions with the reality you wish to create. This act of gratitude reinforces your belief in the unseen and strengthens your emotional alignment. The unified feeling also involves trust. It requires you to let go of the how and the when, and instead focus solely on the what. Trust that the path to your desires will unfold perfectly, even if it defies logic or expectation. When you hold a unified feeling, you are not concerned with the mechanics of manifestation. You simply know, with unwavering certainty, that what you desire is already yours. This trust amplifies the power of your feelings, creating a magnetic force that draws your desires to you effortlessly. Unified feeling is not limited to one desire at a time. You are capable of holding the emotional state of multiple fulfilled desires simultaneously. Think of your feelings as a symphony, with each desire adding a unique note to the harmony. As you practice aligning your emotions, you will find that it becomes easier to hold this multifaceted feeling without strain or confusion. Instead of fragmenting your energy, you consolidate it into a single, powerful vibration that resonates with the totality of your dreams. Unified feeling is the embodiment of living in the end, the state of knowing that what you seek is already yours. It is a state of alignment, trust, and profound peace. When you master this emotional state, you unlock the ability to manifest not just one desire, but a life filled with abundance, joy, and fulfillment. This feeling becomes your greatest ally, guiding you effortlessly toward the life you were always meant to live. To manifest through unified feeling is to step into the truth of your being. It is to realize that you are not separate from your desires, but one with them. You are the creator of your reality, and your emotions are the tools through which that creation takes place. Embrace the power of unified feeling and watch as your world transforms to reflect the fullness of your inner state. The world we live in is filled with distractions. From the moment we wake, our minds are bombarded with thoughts, worries, opinions, and external demands. This mental clutter keeps us tethered to the surface of life, unable to access the deeper, more profound layers of our consciousness. Manifestation requires clarity and focus, but these cannot coexist with mental chaos. Inner silence is the antidote. It is the practice of turning inward, away from the noise, and entering the stillness where creation begins. To cultivate inner silence, you must first become aware of the thoughts that dominate your mind. Most people live in a state of unconscious mental activity, their thoughts running on autopilot. These thoughts often reflect fear, doubt, or limitation, creating resistance to their desires. The practice of inner silence allows you to observe these thoughts without attachment, letting them pass like clouds in the sky. By not engaging with them, you begin to quiet the mind and create a space for clarity and intention. Inner silence is not about forcing the mind to be still. It is about allowing stillness to emerge naturally. Forcing creates resistance, but allowing invites ease. Begin by finding a quiet place where you can sit undisturbed. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, letting your body relax. As you settle, notice the thoughts that arise. Do not judge or resist them, simply observe. Over time, as you continue this practice, the flow of thoughts will slow, and you will begin to experience the stillness beneath them. In this stillness, you connect with the creative power within you. It is in moments of inner silence that your desires take root. When the mind is quiet, you can direct your focus with precision and clarity. This is the state in which visualization becomes most effective. Imagine your desired reality in vivid detail, holding the image in the stillness of your mind. Without the interference of doubt or distraction, this image becomes imprinted upon your consciousness, setting the manifestation process into motion. The power of inner silence extends beyond manifestation. It transforms your relationship with the world. When you practice silence, you become less reactive to external circumstances. The noise of the world no longer dictates your inner state. You move through life with a sense of calm and assurance, knowing that your reality is shaped from within, not imposed from without. This inner peace becomes a foundation for everything you create. Inner silence is also the key to receiving guidance and inspiration. When the mind is noisy, it is difficult to hear the subtle whispers of intuition. But in silence, you open yourself to receive. Ideas, solutions, and insights flow effortlessly, often in ways that surpass your conscious understanding. This guidance aligns you with the path to your desires, making the process of manifestation smoother and more harmonious. It is important to remember that inner silence is not an escape from life, it is an immersion into its deepest reality. It does not mean withdrawing from the world, but rather engaging with it from a place of stillness and power. In silence, you align with your true nature, the part of you that is infinite and boundless. From this state, you act not from fear or lack, but from abundance and certainty. Inner silence is a practice, not a destination. It is something you return to again and again, each time deepening your connection to it. Even in moments of chaos, you can find pockets of stillness within yourself. These moments, however brief, hold immense power. They remind you that you are not the noise of your thoughts or the circumstances of your life, you are the stillness that lies beneath it all. As you integrate inner silence into your life, you will notice profound changes. Your desires will manifest more effortlessly, your mind will become clearer, and your sense of peace will grow. The stillness you cultivate within will radiate outward, transforming not only your inner world but also the reality around you. Inner silence is the space where all creation begins. It is the ground from which your dreams grow and the sanctuary where your true power resides. Imagination is the most potent tool for creating the life you desire. It is the bridge between the unseen world of your thoughts and the tangible reality of your experiences. Every invention, innovation, and masterpiece began in the realm of imagination before it found expression in the physical world. It is not merely a fleeting daydream or idle fantasy, but the core faculty through which you shape your existence. Your imagination is the workshop of your mind, where you mold and refine the blueprint of your life. The power of imagination lies in its ability to transcend limitations. Unlike the analytical mind, which operates within the boundaries of what is known and logical, imagination ventures into the infinite. It sees possibilities where the logical mind sees obstacles. It allows you to experience a future reality as vividly as the present moment, collapsing the gap between desire and fulfillment. In imagination, time and space dissolve, and you step into the realm of creation, where all things are possible. The process begins with clarity. To use imagination as a tool for manifestation, you must know what you want. Vague or conflicting desires yield scattered results. Instead, choose a single, clear vision and focus your imagination on it. Close your eyes and picture yourself already living the life you desire. Engage all your senses, see the details, hear the sounds, feel the emotions, and even smell the scents of this new reality. Make it as real and vivid as possible, as though you are no longer imagining but truly experiencing. Imagination is not about escaping reality, it is about creating it. When you imagine your desired outcome with conviction, you are not merely indulging in fantasy. You are planting the seeds of your future in the fertile soil of your consciousness. Each time you return to this mental image, you water those seeds, nurturing them until they grow into tangible experiences. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between imagined and actual events. When you imagine with feeling and repetition, the subconscious accepts it as fact and works to align your external reality with this internal truth. Feelings are the lifeblood of imagination. A mental picture without emotional engagement is like a seed without water. It remains dormant and unproductive. When you imagine, it is crucial to feel as though your desire is already fulfilled. Allow the emotions of joy, gratitude, and satisfaction to arise naturally as you immerse yourself in the vision. These feelings amplify the power of your imagination, infusing it with the energy needed to bring your desires to life. Imagination also demands faith. To imagine is to trust in the unseen, to believe in the reality of what is not yet visible. Faith is the anchor that keeps you rooted in your vision, even when the outer world gives no indication of change. It is the quiet assurance that what you have imagined is already in the process of becoming. This faith transforms imagination from mere visualization into a creative act of power. Imagination does not operate in isolation, it works in harmony with your beliefs and actions. As you imagine your desired reality, Notice any resistance or limiting beliefs that arise. These are opportunities to realign your subconscious mind. Replace doubts with affirmations of faith, and align your actions with the reality you are creating. When your imagination, beliefs, and actions are in harmony, manifestation becomes effortless. Imagination is the key to conscious creation. It is the faculty that enables you to shape your world from the inside out, turning intangible dreams into tangible realities. When used with clarity, feeling, persistence, and faith, imagination becomes the most powerful force in your life. It is the canvas upon which you paint your desires, the soil in which you plant your dreams, and the bridge that carries you from where you are to where you wish to be. At the heart of faith lies conviction. It is a state of certainty that what you seek already exists, even if there is no tangible proof to support it. This conviction does not waver in the face of doubt or contradiction. It is rooted in the understanding that reality is shaped from within. Faith is not blind optimism, but an active choice to trust in the power of creation that operates through you. It acknowledges that while logic can guide you in practical matters, it is the unseen forces, your beliefs, intentions, and imagination that truly shape your destiny. Faith beyond logic requires you to release the need for control. The mind often demands answers, timelines, and guarantees, clinging to the familiar territory of logic. But faith asks you to surrender this need, to trust in a higher order that operates beyond the mind's comprehension. It is in this surrender that you open yourself to miracles. When you let go of the how and focus instead on the what, you create space for unseen pathways and opportunities to emerge. Faith is the willingness to walk forward, not because you see the entire path, but because you trust that the next step will reveal itself. Doubt is the greatest obstacle to faith. It is the voice of the logical mind, questioning, analyzing, and often dismissing what cannot be proven. While doubt may arise, faith beyond logic does not engage with it. It does not argue or seek validation, it simply persists. Faith is the still, quiet assurance that remains steady in the face of doubt. It is the unwavering belief that no matter how things appear, your desires are already on their way to fulfillment. This kind of faith also requires patience. Logic often demands immediate results, measuring progress by external outcomes. Faith, however, operates on a different timeline, one that is not bound by human constraints. It trusts that the process of manifestation unfolds perfectly, even if it appears slow or uncertain. Patience is not passive waiting, it is an active state of trust, knowing that every moment brings you closer to your desires. It is the calm assurance that the seeds you have planted will bear fruit in their own time. Faith beyond logic is not limited to grand ambitions or extraordinary circumstances. It applies to every aspect of life, from the simplest desires to the most profound transformations. It is the power that sustains you through challenges, the light that guides you through uncertainty, and the strength that carries you forward when logic suggests giving up. It is a daily practice, a commitment to trust in the unseen forces that work on your behalf. This faith is transformative. It shifts your focus from external circumstances to your inner state, reminding you that the world reflects your beliefs, not the other way around. It empowers you to live with purpose and intention, unshaken by temporary setbacks or appearances. When you cultivate faith beyond logic, you become a co-creator of your reality, tapping into the infinite potential within you. Faith is not about denying logic, but recognizing that logic alone cannot encompass the fullness of life. It is the willingness to believe in what is yet to be seen, to trust in the power that moves mountains and manifests dreams. Faith beyond logic is the bridge between the possible and the impossible, the key to creating a life that surpasses even your greatest expectations. Gratitude as completion is the recognition that everything you desire has already been fulfilled, even before it manifests in the physical world. It is the understanding that gratitude is not simply a reaction to receiving, but a powerful force that aligns you with the fullness of your desires. To be truly grateful is to feel complete in the present moment, regardless of external circumstances. It is an acknowledgement that everything you need is already available to you, not as a future event, but as an eternal truth. At its core, gratitude as completion is the deep knowing that the universe is always working in your favor. This perspective shifts your mindset from one of lack or desire to one of abundance and fulfillment. Instead of waiting for the manifestation of your desires to feel grateful, you express gratitude in advance, as if your desires have already been realized. This act of gratitude serves as a signal to the universe that you are in alignment with your highest good, creating the space for your desires to flow into your life with ease. This kind of gratitude is transformative because it moves beyond mere acknowledgement of what you have received and into a state of complete acceptance. When you feel grateful for what you already have, you affirm that you are whole, complete, and worthy in this very moment. You no longer define yourself by what you lack or by what has not yet come into being, but by the truth that you are already whole. This shift in perception is what allows you to experience your desires in the present, and not merely in some distant future when they arrive. Gratitude as completion is a powerful tool for manifestation because it activates the feeling of having, which is the key to attracting what you desire. The law of attraction states that like attracts like. When you feel grateful as though your desires have already been fulfilled, you align yourself with the energy of abundance. This energy then draws to you the circumstances, opportunities, and people that reflect the very thing you are grateful for. In essence, gratitude becomes a magnet for your desires, pulling them into your experience with effortless precision. Feeling gratitude as completion also strengthens your connection to the present moment. Instead of focusing on what is missing or what needs to change, you immerse yourself in the beauty of now. In this state of presence, you are able to recognize the subtle blessings that already exist around you. Gratitude for the present moment shifts your awareness from future aspirations to the richness of the current experience. It fosters a sense of peace, contentment, and wholeness that becomes the foundation for further manifestation. This process of feeling grateful in advance, as though your desires are already fulfilled, creates a powerful emotional charge. It is the emotional charge that breathes life into your desires, making them tangible in your experience. The more you focus on this feeling of gratitude, the more real it becomes in your life. You begin to notice synchronicities, opportunities, and small miracles that confirm that what you desire is already on its way. Gratitude as completion eliminates the waiting period between desire and manifestation, allowing you to feel as though your desires are already part of your reality. By consistently practicing gratitude as completion, you begin to reshape your beliefs about what is possible for you. You stop waiting for things to change in order to feel fulfilled, and you begin to experience fulfillment in the here and now. Your outer circumstances are no longer the determining factor of your happiness or sense of completeness. Rather, it is your inner state of gratitude that shapes your reality. The more you embody this feeling of completion, the more you attract experiences that reflect this state of wholeness. Gratitude as completion is a reminder that everything you desire already exists in the infinite realm of possibility. It is your awareness and ability to align with this truth that activates its manifestation in your life. When you practice gratitude from a place of completion, you are not merely waiting for something to happen. You are fully embracing the present moment, knowing that what you seek is already here, just waiting for you to recognize it. This practice also deepens your trust in the process of life. It is a declaration that you trust the universe to provide for you, that you trust in the timing of your desires, and that you trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Gratitude as completion is the highest form of trust because it acknowledges that everything is already perfect, even when it is not yet visible in your external reality. Gratitude as completion is the realization that you are already whole, and that all of life's abundance is available to you in every moment. It is the practice of stepping into the fullness of your desires as if they have already been realized. When you live from this place of gratitude, you create the conditions for your desires to manifest effortlessly and with ease. In this state of gratitude, you experience the profound truth that you are already complete and that everything you seek is already yours. In conclusion, the journey of manifesting multiple things at once, or any desire for that matter, begins with understanding and embodying key principles that align your inner world with the outer reality. By cultivating clarity of desire, embracing a unified feeling, and finding peace in inner silence, you allow your imagination to lead you to the life you seek. Faith beyond logic and gratitude as completion serve as the essential ingredients that will propel you toward your dreams, reinforcing the belief that everything you desire is already yours in the unseen. When you act from this state of alignment, you will notice the synchronicity and effortless flow of manifestation in every aspect of your life. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share these thoughts with you. May you walk forward in the unwavering belief that all things are possible when you align with your true essence. Keep the faith, trust the process, and always express gratitude, for in these actions lies the key to manifesting the life you desire. You may believe that time is your greatest obstacle, but I assure you, the creation of your reality is not bound by days or weeks. In 3 days, you can manifest anything you desire, if you learn to command your mind and harness the infinite power within you. The first step is clarity. What do you want? Do not say, I want to be happy, or I want to be rich. Be exact. Define your wish with such clarity that it takes form in your mind. Imagine the end result, not the steps, not the process, but the fulfillment of your desire. Clarity is the foundation upon which all manifestation rests. Without clarity, the mind becomes a chaotic landscape of scattered desires, conflicting intentions, and half-formed wishes. To manifest anything in life, one must understand that clarity is not just a tool but a prerequisite. It is the precision of thought and intention that channels the boundless creative power within us. Imagine setting out on a journey without a destination. No matter how fast you travel or how long you strive, you will wander aimlessly. Similarly, when your desires are vague or undefined, your energy is dissipated, and the outcome remains elusive. To manifest with clarity, begin by asking yourself one simple question: what do I truly want? It sounds straightforward, but many struggle with this because they confuse fleeting whims with their deeper desires. They might say, I want success or I want love, but these statements lack the specificity needed for the mind to grasp them fully. Success in what? Love with whom? What does it look like, feel like, sound like? The universe responds not to vague ideas, but to vivid, precise visions. When you articulate your desire with absolute clarity, you set a clear intention that acts as a blueprint for creation. Clarity requires stripping away doubts, fears, and societal expectations. Often people are unclear about what they want because they allow external influences to cloud their vision. They desire what they believe they should want rather than what resonates with their true selves. This creates a disconnect between their conscious and subconscious minds, leading to frustration and stagnation. To gain clarity, one must turn inward and listen to the voice of their inner being. Meditate on your desires, journal your thoughts, and refine your vision until it feels authentic and aligned with your soul. When you are clear about your desire, it becomes a magnet. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions naturally align with this vision, drawing opportunities, people, and circumstances that resonate with it. Clarity eliminates resistance. Without it, you may find yourself oscillating between conflicting thoughts like, I want this, but maybe I should settle for that, or I hope this happens, but what if it doesn't? These contradictions dilute your focus and send mixed signals to the universe. However, when you are unwaveringly clear, your mind becomes a laser beam, cutting through obstacles and illuminating the path to your goal. Visualization is a powerful practice for cultivating clarity. Close your eyes and create a mental picture of your desired outcome. See it in as much detail as possible. Clarity also requires faith. If your goal is a new home, it is not enough to imagine what you want. You must believe the color of the inevitability. The scent of fresh paint clouds the mind and weakens your focus on the floors, while the warmth of sunlight your vision and strengthens your resolve. Engage all your senses until the universe is responding to your intention, genuine emotions, even when you cannot yet see the evidence. These emotions allows you to remain clear and unwavering, even in the face of temporary delays or challenges. Many people underestimate the importance of clarity because they are preoccupied with how they fixate on the steps needed to achieve their desire, instead of focusing on the end result. This is a critical mistake. The how is not your concern. It is the domain of the infinite intelligence that orchestrates all creation. Your only task is to define your desire with clarity and hold that vision firmly in your mind. The universe will arrange the circumstances, often in ways you could never predict. Clarity is not a one-time act, it is an ongoing practice. As you grow and evolve, your desires may shift and your vision may require refinement. This is natural. The key is to remain adaptable while staying true to your core intention. Regularly revisit your vision and ensure it still resonates with your deepest desires. If necessary, adjust it without losing sight of its essence. Lastly, clarity breeds confidence. When you are clear about what you want, you move through life with a sense of purpose and direction. Decisions become easier because you have a clear criterion for evaluating your choices. Does this align with my vision? This confidence is magnetic. It inspires others to support you, attracts resources to your cause, and opens doors that once seemed closed. In the realm of manifestation, clarity is the power that transforms thought into reality. It is the unwavering focus that turns dreams into achievements. To manifest anything, begin with clarity. Define your desire with precision, visualize it with intensity, and believe in its inevitability. With clarity, you align your mind, heart, and spirit, creating a harmonious flow of energy that brings your vision to life. In this state, manifestation becomes not only possible, but inevitable. The act of feeling your desire as real is the cornerstone of manifestation. It is not enough to think about what you want or to simply visualize it in your mind. To bring your desires into reality, you must engage your emotions and embody the state of having already achieved them. This principle transcends mere intellectual understanding. It is about immersing yourself so deeply in the imagined experience that it feels indistinguishable from reality. When you feel it as real, you align your inner world with the reality you wish to create, and the outer world begins to conform to this alignment. The key to feeling something as real lies in the power of imagination. Imagination is not a fleeting daydream. It is the creative faculty that shapes your reality. When you close your eyes and enter the scene of your fulfilled desire, you are not merely playing pretend. You are creating a mental blueprint that the universe uses to materialize your vision. The challenge, however, is to make this imagined state feel as vivid and authentic as your current physical reality. To do this, you must engage all your senses. If your desire is to manifest a loving relationship, imagine the warmth of your partner's embrace, the sound of their laughter, the scent of their favorite perfume or cologne, and the joy of their presence. Feel the softness of their hand in yours and hear the words they speak to you. The more detailed and sensory-rich your imagination, the more real it becomes. You are not merely visualizing, you are experiencing. Emotions are the bridge between your imagination and your reality. Thoughts alone are not enough to manifest. They must be infused with the emotional energy that corresponds to your desired outcome. If your wish is to achieve financial abundance, what does that feel like? Does it feel like freedom, security, or joy? Identify the dominant emotion associated with your desire and allow yourself to feel it fully. This emotional state is the signal you send to the universe, and it acts as a magnet, drawing circumstances that match it. One of the most powerful aspects of feeling your desire as real is the way it shifts your identity. When you embody the emotions and state of being of someone who already has what they want, you begin to think, speak, and act differently. You no longer approach life from a place of lack or longing. Instead, you carry yourself with the confidence and certainty of someone who is fulfilled. This change in identity creates a ripple effect in your reality, as the world reflects back to you the version of yourself you have chosen to become. The mind does not differentiate between real and imagined experiences. This is why a vivid dream can evoke genuine emotions, or why recalling a happy memory can make you smile. When you feel your desire as real, your subconscious mind accepts it as truth and begins to work tirelessly to align your external reality with this internal belief. It influences your thoughts, actions, and even the people and opportunities you attract, all in service of making your imagined state a physical reality. Feeling it as real requires more than fleeting moments of imagination. It demands persistence and consistency. Doubts and fears will inevitably arise, especially if your current circumstances seem far removed from your desired outcome. When this happens, return to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Practice it daily, even if only for a few minutes. Let it become a habit, a natural part of your inner world. Over time, the imagined state will feel more familiar and comfortable than your current reality, and this is when change begins to happen. Another crucial element of feeling it as real is to avoid focusing on the absence of your desire. Many people sabotage their manifestations by dwelling on the fact that their wish has not yet materialized. This focus on lack generates feelings of frustration, impatience, or doubt, which contradict the emotional state needed to manifest. Instead, act as though your desire is already fulfilled. Celebrate it in your mind, feel gratitude for it, and trust that it is on its way, even if you cannot yet see it. Gratitude is a powerful amplifier of the feeling of reality. When you feel grateful for something as though it already exists, you reinforce the belief that it is yours. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present, creating a sense of abundance and fulfillment. As you practice gratitude for your desire, you strengthen the emotional connection to your vision and accelerate its manifestation. The final piece of feeling it as real is trust. Trust that the universe is responding to your emotional state, even if there are no immediate signs. Trust that your inner world is the source of your external reality, and that by sustaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are creating the conditions for its inevitable appearance. This trust allows you to detach from the outcome and surrender the how and when, knowing that the process is already in motion. To feel it as real is to live in the state of your wish fulfilled before it manifests. It is to embrace the emotions, thoughts, and identity of someone who already has what they desire. By doing so, you transform your inner world, and your outer world follows suit. This is not a passive act, but an active and deliberate practice of creation, one that holds the power to reshape your reality and bring your dreams to life. The principle of focus over force is a profound realization that achieving your desires is not about struggling or exerting brute strength, but rather about the precision of your attention and the power of your intention. Force is an exhausting endeavor, often rooted in fear, desperation, or the belief that we must push against obstacles to get what we want. Focus, on the other hand, is calm, deliberate, and deeply aligned with the flow of creation. It allows you to harness your energy efficiently and direct it toward your goals without resistance or unnecessary effort. To understand the difference, consider how water carves through stone. It does not force its way through with sheer might. Instead, it flows consistently, guided by its path. Over time, its focused movement shapes the rock, achieving what force could never accomplish. This is the essence of focus. When you apply your attention with clarity and consistency, you align with the natural rhythms of life, allowing circumstances to shift and unfold in your favor. Focus begins with clarity. You cannot direct your energy effectively if you are uncertain about what you truly want. When your mind is scattered, jumping from one idea to another, you dilute your power. It is like trying to light a fire with a magnifying glass, but constantly moving it around the heat never concentrates enough to ignite the flame. To manifest your desires, you must choose one goal, one vision, and commit your attention fully to it. This unwavering focus acts as a beacon, drawing the elements necessary for its fulfillment. Force, by contrast, often emerges from a place of lack or impatience. It is driven by the belief that you must control every detail, manipulate outcomes, or fight against resistance. This approach creates tension, both within yourself and in your external reality. The more you force, the more obstacles seem to appear, as though the universe is reflecting back the chaotic energy you are emitting. Force depletes your energy, leaving you frustrated and disconnected from the ease that is available when you shift to focus. When you focus, you cultivate a state of calm assurance. You trust in the power of your intention and the process of creation. This trust allows you to release the need to micromanage or overanalyze. Instead of chasing after your desire or trying to make it happen through sheer willpower, You hold the vision of your goal clearly in your mind and allow the natural flow of life to guide you. This does not mean you do nothing. It means that your actions are inspired rather than forced. They come from a place of alignment, where effort feels effortless and progress unfolds naturally. The art of focus involves more than just thinking about your desire. It requires feeling it as real and maintaining that emotional state consistently. When you focus on what you want with belief and intention, you generate a powerful vibration that attracts matching circumstances. However, when you approach your desire with force, your energy is often tinged with doubt, fear, or frustration. These emotions create resistance and block the manifestation process. Focus, by contrast, is free of resistance because it is rooted in trust and clarity. One of the greatest challenges is learning to let go of the urge to force outcomes. This requires patience and the ability to remain centered even when progress seems slow or invisible. The temptation to push harder often arises from a lack of faith in the process. But true power lies in maintaining your focus, even in the face of uncertainty. When you trust that your energy and attention are enough to set the wheels of creation in motion, you free yourself from the exhausting cycle of force and struggle. Another important aspect of focus is the ability to say no to distractions. Distractions come in many forms: doubt, fear, the opinions of others, or even competing desires. Each time you allow your attention to wander, you dilute the energy available for your primary goal. Discipline your mind to return to your vision whenever it strays. This is not about forcing yourself to focus, but about gently guiding your thoughts back to where they need to be. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, and your focus becomes a steady flame rather than a flickering spark. Focus also requires alignment between your thoughts, feelings, and actions. If you think about your desire but feel doubt, or act in ways that contradict it, you create internal conflict. To truly focus, you must align all aspects of yourself with your goal. Think thoughts that support your vision, feel the emotions of having already achieved it, and take actions that reflect your belief in its inevitability. This alignment amplifies your energy and accelerates the manifestation process. Focus over force is about surrender. Surrender is not giving up, it is releasing the need to control and allowing the universe to handle the details. When you force, you limit the possibilities by trying to dictate how and when your desire will appear. But when you focus, you open yourself to infinite ways your goal can be achieved, often in ways far better than you could have imagined. Surrendering allows you to move with the current rather than against it, conserving your energy and ensuring a smoother journey. In life, it is not the one who works the hardest or pushes the most who succeeds, but the one who masters the art of focus. By shifting your energy from force to focus, you transform your approach to manifestation. You become like the steady stream of water, flowing effortlessly toward your goal, carving a path with grace and persistence. In this state, you unlock the true power within you and align with the boundless potential of creation. The state of the wish fulfilled is the key to unlocking the life you desire. It is not a matter of hoping, wishing, or waiting for your dreams to come true. It is about assuming that what you desire is already yours. When you embody the state of the wish fulfilled, you align yourself with the energy and reality of your desired outcome, allowing it to materialize effortlessly. This state is a powerful shift in consciousness that bridges the gap between imagination and reality, making the unseen seen. To live in the state of the wish fulfilled, you must first recognize that all creation begins within. The outer world is merely a reflection of your inner world, a mirror of your dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. When you internalize the reality of your wish being fulfilled, you project that certainty outward, and the world begins to rearrange itself to match your internal state. This is not magic, it is the natural law of creation at work. Assuming the state of the wish fulfilled begins with imagination. Imagination is the tool through which you create your desired reality. But when you close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself living the life you desire, you are not merely daydreaming, you are laying the foundation for that reality to manifest. Imagine with all your senses, as though you are already experiencing what you desire. If your wish is to live in abundance, Feel the joy of financial freedom. See the numbers in your bank account. Hear the affirmations of success from others, and taste the fruits of your labor. The more real the experience in your mind, the more powerfully it imprints on your subconscious mind. The subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences. When you consistently dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled, your subconscious accepts it as truth and begins to shape your actions, thoughts, and circumstances to align with this new reality. This is why it is critical to persist in this state, even if your current circumstances suggest otherwise. Doubts and fears are natural, but they must not dominate your mental space. Each time you catch yourself slipping into disbelief or focusing on lack, gently guide your thoughts back to the fulfillment of your desire. Feelings are the bridge between imagination and manifestation. To assume the state of the wish fulfilled, you must feel as though your desire is already accomplished. Emotions such as joy, gratitude, and relief are powerful signals to the universe that you are aligned with your desired reality. For instance, if your wish is to find a loving relationship, feel the warmth and happiness of being with your ideal partner. Embrace the emotions that come with your wish as though they are already part of your life. This emotional alignment accelerates the process of manifestation. Living in the state of the wish fulfilled also requires a shift in identity. You must see yourself as the person who already has what you desire. Speak, think, and act in ways that reflect this new identity. If your wish is to achieve success in your career, carry yourself with the confidence and mindset of someone who has already reached that level of achievement. This shift in self-perception is not about pretending or deceiving yourself. It is about stepping into the truth of your potential and aligning with the version of yourself who has already succeeded. Faith plays a vital role in sustaining the state of the wish fulfilled. Faith is the unwavering belief that your desire is already yours, even when external evidence has not yet appeared. It is the conviction that the unseen is as real as the seen, and that your inner state has the power to shape your outer world. Faith allows you to let go of the how and when of manifestation, trusting that the universe will orchestrate the details in perfect timing. Gratitude is another essential aspect of living in this state. When you feel grateful for your desire as though it has already manifested, you amplify the energy of fulfillment. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance and reinforces the belief that your wish is already accomplished. By cultivating a sense of gratitude, you anchor yourself in the emotional state of having rather than wanting. Persistence is key. The state of the wish fulfilled must become your dominant state of being. It is not enough to visit this state occasionally or when it feels convenient. You must dwell in it consistently, allowing it to permeate your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Each time you choose to align with the reality of your wish being fulfilled, you strengthen the connection between your inner and outer worlds. Surrender is essential. Surrender does not mean giving up on your desire, it means releasing the need to control the outcome. When you dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled, trust that the universe is working on your behalf. Detach from the specifics of how your desire will manifest, and focus instead on maintaining the feeling of fulfillment. This surrender creates space for the universe to bring your desire to you in ways that may surpass your expectations. The state of the wish fulfilled is not about longing or striving, but about being. It is about embodying the reality of your desire so completely that it becomes inevitable. When you live in this state, you transcend doubt and fear, aligning yourself with the flow of creation. Your wish is no longer a distant dream, it is a present reality, waiting to unfold in your experience. Detachment and trust are two foundational pillars of manifesting your desires, and together they create a harmonious relationship between intention and allowing. Detachment is the art of releasing the need to control or obsess over the outcome, while trust is the unwavering belief that what you desire is already on its way to you. When practiced together, detachment and trust free you from the burden of worry and impatience, creating a state of flow where manifestation unfolds naturally. At the heart of detachment lies the understanding that clinging to a desire creates resistance. When you hold on to something too tightly, whether it's a relationship, a goal, or an outcome, you inadvertently signal fear and doubt to the universe. This fear is rooted in the belief that if you let go, the desire may not come to fruition. However, this very attachment can block the energy of manifestation, much like a clenched fist cannot receive a gift. Detachment is not about giving up, it is about releasing the need to control every detail and trusting that the process is unfolding perfectly. Trust is what makes detachment possible. It is the quiet confidence that the universe, or the higher power you believe in, is working behind the scenes to bring your desire to life. Trust requires faith in the unseen and the willingness to let go of the how and when. This does not mean you stop caring about your desire or take no action. It means you act with the assurance that everything is aligning in your favor, even if the path is not immediately visible. Trust allows you to focus on the present moment, knowing that your future is secure. Detachment does not mean indifference or apathy. On the contrary, it is a state of deep inner peace that comes from knowing you have done your part by setting your intention and that the rest will be taken care of. When you detach, you free yourself from the anxiety of waiting and the frustration of not seeing immediate results. You shift your energy from lack to abundance, from wanting to having. This shift creates a powerful alignment that accelerates the manifestation process. The paradox of detachment is that it often brings your desires to you more quickly. When you let go of the need for something, you stop chasing it energetically. In that moment of release, you allow space for the universe to deliver what you have asked for. It's like planting a seed. Once you've done the work of planting it in fertile soil, you don't need to dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust that with time, sunlight, and water, the seed will sprout and flourish. Similarly, detachment allows your desires to grow without interference. Trust is not always easy, especially in the face of uncertainty. It requires patience and a willingness to surrender to the unknown. However, trust is not blind faith, it is a deep inner, knowing that your desires are valid and that the universe is abundant enough to fulfill them. Trust means believing in your own worthiness and the infinite possibilities available to you. It is the antidote to doubt and fear, providing a solid foundation upon which your manifestations can take root. One of the keys to practicing detachment and trust is to focus on the feeling of having your desire, rather than the lack of it. When you dwell on what you don't have or obsess over why it hasn't arrived yet, you amplify the energy of lack, pushing your desire further away. But when you shift your focus to gratitude for what you already have, and the joy of knowing your desire is on its way, you align yourself with the vibration of fulfillment. This alignment creates a magnetic pull that draws your desire closer. Detachment also allows you to remain open to the infinite ways your desire can manifest. When you are too fixated on a specific outcome or method, you limit the universe's ability to deliver. Trust involves surrendering to the idea that the universe may have a better plan than the one you've imagined. By releasing the need to control every detail, you invite unexpected blessings and opportunities that align with your highest good. To cultivate detachment and trust, practice mindfulness and presence. When your mind wanders into worry or doubt, bring it back to the present moment. Remind yourself that everything is unfolding in perfect timing, even if you cannot see it yet. Meditate, visualize, or affirm your trust in the process. These practices help anchor you in a state of calm confidence, allowing you to detach from the outcome without losing sight of your intention. Remember that detachment and trust are acts of self-love. They free you from the stress of overthinking and the pressure of forcing results, giving you the peace and clarity to enjoy the journey. When you detach and trust, you affirm your belief in your own power to create and the universe's ability to deliver. This balance of intention and surrender is the secret to manifesting effortlessly, turning your desires into reality while maintaining a sense of inner harmony. By letting go of the need to control and trusting in the process, you create a powerful state of alignment where your desires can flow to you naturally. Detachment and trust are not weaknesses but strengths, reflecting your deep connection to the infinite creative power within you. Gratitude is a transformative energy that accelerates manifestation by aligning you with the frequency of abundance and fulfillment. It is not merely an act of saying thank you for the blessings you already have, but a powerful emotional state that bridges the gap between where you are and where you wish to be. Gratitude focuses your mind on abundance rather than lack, signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive even more. When you embody gratitude, you shift your energy from wanting to having. This shift is crucial because the energy of wanting inherently acknowledges that something is missing from your life. In contrast, gratitude vibrates with the feeling of fulfillment, as though your desires have already been realized. This emotional alignment is the key to manifestation, as it matches the frequency of what you wish to attract. By feeling grateful for your desires as if they are already yours, you draw them closer with greater speed and ease. Gratitude works because it changes your focus. Instead of dwelling on what you lack or what has yet to come, you direct your attention to what is already present in your life. This creates a sense of completeness, a belief that you are already blessed, and that more blessings are on their way. The law of attraction responds to this energy, mirroring back experiences that confirm your sense of abundance. What you focus on expands, and when you focus on gratitude, you expand the flow of good things into your life. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is its ability to dissolve resistance. Resistance occurs when you doubt, fear, or obsess over your desires, creating a barrier between you and what you want to manifest. Gratitude, however, neutralizes these negative emotions. It calms the mind, eases anxiety, and fosters trust in the process. When you are genuinely grateful, you are not worrying about whether your desires will manifest. You already feel as though they have. This state of surrender and faith removes the energetic blocks that can delay manifestation. Gratitude also strengthens your connection to the present moment. Manifestation is not about waiting for the future to bring your desires, but about embodying the feeling of already having them now. When you practice gratitude, you anchor yourself in the now, appreciating the blessings that already surround you. This presence allows you to access the creative power of your imagination and emotions, which are the true drivers of manifestation. The more present and grateful you are, the more aligned you become with the flow of creation. A daily practice of gratitude amplifies its effects. Begin each day by listing 3 things you are grateful for, whether they are small joys or significant milestones. As you write or think about them, feel the emotion of gratitude deeply. Let it fill your heart with warmth and appreciation. This simple habit trains your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life, creating a momentum of gratitude that carries throughout your day. Over time, you will notice that your perspective shifts, and you begin to see opportunities and blessings that were previously overlooked. Gratitude also has the power to transform challenges and setbacks. Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, gratitude allows you to see them as stepping stones or lessons that guide you toward your desires. When you approach difficulties with gratitude, you shift your energy from frustration to acceptance, opening the door for solutions and breakthroughs. Gratitude turns every experience, whether pleasant or challenging, into an opportunity for growth and alignment with your goals. The magic of gratitude lies in its simplicity and accessibility. You do not need any external tools or conditions to practice it. It is entirely within your control. Whether you are walking, working, or meditating, you can pause at any moment to feel grateful for something in your life. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, until gratitude becomes your default state of being. This consistent energy of appreciation creates a powerful magnetism that draws your desires into reality. Gratitude also enhances your relationships, which can indirectly support your manifestations. When you express genuine appreciation for the people in your life, you deepen your connections and create an environment of mutual positivity and support. These harmonious relationships elevate your overall energy and contribute to your sense of well-being, making it easier to align with your desires. Another profound aspect of gratitude is its ability to expand your vision. As you practice gratitude for what you have, you begin to realize how much is already available to you. This realization shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, allowing you to dream bigger and aim higher. Gratitude dissolves limiting beliefs and opens your mind to the infinite possibilities that the universe holds. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a way of being. It is a recognition of the abundance that already exists within and around you. When you live in a state of gratitude, you become a powerful creator of your reality, effortlessly attracting experiences that reflect your inner state. Gratitude is the fuel that accelerates manifestation, turning your desires into tangible results while nurturing a deep sense of peace and joy in the process. By making gratitude a central part of your manifestation practice, you align yourself with the flow of abundance and step into the life you desire with grace and ease. Gratitude is the bridge between intention and realization, the key to unlocking the limitless potential of the universe. It transforms every moment into an opportunity to celebrate and every desire into a certainty waiting to unfold. Persistence without doubt is the cornerstone of successful manifestation, anchoring your desires firmly in the realm of possibility until they materialize. It is the unwavering commitment to your vision, no matter how much time passes or what external circumstances suggest. Manifestation is not always instantaneous. It requires steady belief and the resilience to hold your focus even when the evidence of your desire is not yet visible. Persisting without doubt ensures that your energy remains aligned with your intention, allowing the creative forces of the universe to bring your desire into reality. Now, doubt is one of the most significant obstacles to manifestation. When you allow doubt to creep into your thoughts, you disrupt the vibrational alignment necessary to bring your desire into being. Doubt is a signal of disbelief, a vibration that contradicts the very outcome you seek. It acts like static interference, blocking the clear communication between your intention and the universal energy that responds to it. To persist without doubt, you must train your mind to remain focused on the feeling of already having what you desire, no matter what temporary setbacks or challenges arise. Persistence is not about forcing or struggling, it is about maintaining a calm, confident belief in the inevitability of your desired outcome. It is a state of faith, a quiet assurance that what you seek is already yours in the unseen realm and is on its way to manifesting in your physical reality. This faith is strengthened by consistent visualization, affirmations, and the practice of embodying the state of the wish fulfilled. When you persist with unwavering belief, you align your energy with the frequency of your desire, creating a magnetic pull that draws it toward you. The key to persisting without doubt lies in managing your inner dialogue. Your thoughts are the building blocks of your reality, and they must align with the vision you hold. When doubt arises, as it inevitably will in moments of uncertainty, it is essential to address it immediately. Replace doubtful thoughts with affirmations of confidence and trust. Remind yourself of past instances where persistence led to success, reinforcing your belief in the process. Every time you choose faith over doubt, you strengthen your ability to manifest. Persistence also requires patience, as the timing of manifestation is often beyond our control. The universe operates in its own perfect timing, aligning circumstances and events in ways that may not be immediately apparent to us. This is why it is crucial to detach from the when and how of your manifestation and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Now, patience is not passive, it is an active state of maintaining your belief and continuing to take inspired action while leaving room for the universe to do its part. Visualization is a powerful tool to reinforce persistence. By consistently imagining your desired outcome with vivid detail and emotional intensity, you create a mental blueprint that the universe can work with. Visualization keeps your focus sharp and your energy aligned, even in the face of external challenges. The more real and compelling your vision feels to you, the easier it becomes to persist without wavering. Make your visualization sessions a daily ritual, immersing yourself in the feeling of already having what you desire. Another aspect of persistence is gratitude, which anchors you in the vibration of abundance. When you are grateful for what you have and for what is coming, you affirm your trust in the process. Gratitude transforms waiting into a joyful anticipation, allowing you to persist with a sense of peace rather than frustration. It shifts your focus from lack to fulfillment, reinforcing your belief that your desires are already on their way. Persistence without doubt also requires self-discipline, particularly in controlling your emotional reactions. The journey of manifestation may include moments of disappointment, where things seem to be moving in the opposite direction of your desire. In these moments, it is vital to remain steadfast, refusing to let temporary circumstances dictate your inner state. Understand that setbacks are often part of the process, serving as opportunities for growth or as signals to refine your focus. View them as stepping stones rather than obstacles, and use them to strengthen your resolve. Faith is the foundation of persistence. It is the knowing that even if you cannot see the path ahead, it exists and will reveal itself in time. Faith allows you to persist without needing constant validation from external circumstances. It is the assurance that the power within you is greater than any challenge or delay you may face. Cultivating this faith requires practice, but with time it becomes an unshakable part of your being, empowering you to persist with confidence and clarity. To persist without doubt, embrace the process of becoming the person who already has what you desire. Live from the end, embodying the thoughts, feelings, and actions of someone who has achieved their goal. This embodiment strengthens your belief and aligns your energy with the reality you wish to create. Each day, act as if your manifestation is already complete, and let this conviction guide your decisions and interactions. Persistence without doubt is an act of self-love and self-trust. It is a declaration of your worthiness and your power to create the life you envision. By holding steadfastly to your vision and trusting in the process, you allow the universe to work in harmony with your intention, bringing your desires into being with precision and grace. Through persistence, you become a co-creator of your reality, turning your dreams into tangible experiences. In conclusion, manifestation is not merely about desiring, it is about aligning yourself wholly with the reality you wish to create. By embracing clarity, feeling your desires as real, focusing over forcing, embodying the state of the wish fulfilled, detaching with trust, cultivating gratitude, and persisting without doubt, you unlock the incredible power within you to manifest your dreams. This process is a journey of self-discovery, trust, and unwavering faith. It teaches you to look beyond appearances, to believe in the unseen, and to step into your creative power with confidence. As you practice these principles, remember that your inner world is the true source of your external reality. When you align your mind, emotions, and actions with your desired outcome, the universe cannot help but respond in kind. Thank you for taking the time to explore these ideas and for committing to your growth and empowerment. May your journey be filled with joy, abundance, and the fulfillment of all your heart's desires. Keep believing, keep persisting, and remember the life you dream of is already yours. This practice may seem subtle, but its effects are profound. By assuming the feeling of fulfillment, you align yourself with the frequency of your desire. You become a magnet for the experiences and opportunities that match your emotional state. Over time, what once seemed like a distant dream becomes a natural part of your life. As you move through each day, remind yourself of this truth: what you feel, you attract. The feelings you cultivate within are the blueprint for your reality. Live in the end, assume the joy of having, and watch as the world reshapes itself to mirror your inner state. The power is yours. The time is now. Assume the feeling of fulfillment and step into the life you were always meant to live. Focus, not frenzy. In a world that constantly demands more of us, more action, more effort, more hustle, the power of focus often gets overshadowed by the frenzy of busyness. But true transformation, real success, and profound fulfillment are not born from chaos, they are cultivated in the quiet clarity of focused intention. To manifest your desires, you must learn to quiet the noise, dismiss the distractions, and center your energy on a single point of creation. Frenzy is an enemy of manifestation. When you act in a state of frenzy, scattered, overwhelmed, and impatient, you dissipate your energy. You may take 1,000 actions, but if they lack alignment, they yield little progress. It is like trying to fill a glass of water by spraying a garden hose wildly. Most of the water is lost. Frenzy often comes from fear, from the belief that if you do not do everything at once, your desire will never materialize. But this fear is an illusion. True power lies not in doing more but in doing what matters with unwavering focus. Focus, on the other hand, is the art of directing your energy with precision. It is the ability to prioritize what aligns with your goals and to let go of what does not serve your higher purpose. When you focus, your actions become purposeful and your efforts are magnified. It is like using a magnifying glass to concentrate sunlight until it ignites a flame. That flame is your manifestation, born from the intensity of your focus. To cultivate focus, start by becoming clear about what you truly desire. Clarity is the foundation of focus. If your vision is vague or your goals are scattered, your energy will follow suit. Take time to define your desire in detail. Ask yourself, what do I want? Why do I want it? How will it feel when I achieve it? The more specific and emotionally connected you are to your desire, the easier it becomes to focus on it. Once you are clear, eliminate distractions. Distractions are the thieves of progress. They can be external, such as unnecessary obligations, social media, or the opinions of others. Or they can be internal, such as doubts, fears, or conflicting desires. To focus, you must be willing to say no to others, to irrelevant tasks, and even to the part of yourself that resists change. Create an environment, both physically and mentally, that supports your vision. The practice of focus requires patience. Manifestation is not instantaneous, it unfolds in perfect timing. Frenzy comes from the mistaken belief that rushing will bring results faster, but haste disrupts the natural flow of creation. Focus, on the other hand, allows you to trust the process. When you focus, you plant a seed in the fertile soil of intention. You water it with faith, nourish it with action, and trust that it will grow in its own time. A vital component of focus is faith. Faith is the antidote to frenzy. When you trust that your desire is already in the process of becoming, you can focus calmly and confidently. You no longer feel the need to force or control every detail. Instead, you align with the flow of life, knowing that your focused intention is enough to set the wheels of manifestation in motion. To strengthen your focus, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness brings your awareness to the present moment, where your power lies. It helps you to recognize when your thoughts stray toward worry or doubt and gently brings them back to your goal. Visualization is another powerful tool. Spend time each day imagining your desire as already fulfilled, feeling the emotions of achievement. This mental focus creates a clear signal to the universe, amplifying your ability to manifest. As you focus on your goal, let go of the frenzy of how and when. The how is not your concern, it is the universe's domain. Your task is to focus on the what and the why. The when is irrelevant because you trust that your desire is already on its way. The more you release control, the more space you create for the miraculous to unfold. Remember, focus is not about working harder or longer, it is about working smarter and with alignment. It is about channeling your energy into what matters most and letting go of everything else. As you master focus, you will find that what once felt like a distant dream becomes an inevitable reality. End each day with a moment of reflection. Ask yourself, did I focus on what truly matters today? If not, forgive yourself and resolve to do better tomorrow. The power of focus lies in its consistency. Day by day, moment by moment, it reshapes your reality. Choose focus over frenzy and watch as your desires come into being with grace and ease. Alignment with faith is the foundation of effortless manifestation. It is the harmonious union of belief and trust, where your thoughts, emotions, and actions are synchronized with the divine flow of life. Faith is not merely hope or passive waiting, it is an active state of inner conviction, a deep knowing that what you desire is not only possible but already on its way. When you align with faith, you transcend doubt, fear, and uncertainty, stepping into a realm where miracles unfold naturally. Faith begins within. It is a choice to trust in the unseen, to believe in the infinite potential of the universe, and to know that you are a co-creator of your reality. When you align with faith, you declare, I trust that my desires are valid and will be fulfilled in perfect timing. This declaration shifts your energy from striving to allowing, from resistance to receptivity. It creates a fertile ground for your manifestations to take root and grow. Alignment requires clarity. To align with faith, you must first be clear about what you desire. Vagueness breeds doubt, but clarity strengthens belief. Take time to identify your intentions. What do you want to create, experience, or become? Visualize it with vivid detail and allow yourself to feel the emotions of already having it. This emotional alignment bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Faith is not blind, it is informed by inner wisdom. While logic may seek evidence in the physical world, faith draws its strength from the unseen. It trusts in the deeper currents of life, in the divine intelligence that orchestrates all things. When you align with faith, you let go of the need to control every detail. You surrender the how to the universe, knowing that it has infinite ways of bringing your desire into reality. A key aspect of alignment is releasing resistance. Resistance arises from doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs. It shows up as self-sabotage, procrastination, or an over-reliance on external validation. To align with faith, you must identify and dissolve these barriers. Replace doubts with affirmations of certainty. Instead of saying, "I hope it happens," declare, "It is already mine." Instead of fearing failure, trust that every experience is guiding you closer to your goal. Faith thrives in the present moment. Alignment is not about yearning for a future outcome. It is about embodying the feeling of your desire right now. Live as though your wish is already fulfilled. Speak, think, and act from the perspective of the person who has achieved their dreams. When you align with the energy of fulfillment, you become a vibrational match to your desire, drawing it into your reality effortlessly. Patience is a companion to faith. While your manifestations may not appear instantly, faith assures you that they are on their way. Trust the process. The universe works in divine timing, orchestrating events and opportunities beyond your comprehension. Impatience disrupts alignment, but patience keeps you steady, allowing the natural unfolding of your desire. Gratitude is a powerful tool for alignment. When you express gratitude for what you already have and for what is on its way, you affirm your faith in the universe's abundance. Gratitude amplifies your vibration, creating a magnetic field that attracts more blessings into your life. Begin and end each day with gratitude, and watch as your faith deepens and your alignment strengthens. Faith also requires inspired action. While faith trusts in the unseen, it does not mean passivity. Alignment with faith calls for action that aligns with your goals and intentions. Take steps toward your desires, not from a place of desperation, but from a place of joy and confidence. Each action, no matter how small, is a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. Let go of outcomes. True faith does not cling to a specific result or timeline. It trusts that whatever unfolds is for your highest good. Release attachment and rest in the knowing that you are guided, supported, and loved by the universe. As you align with faith, you will notice a shift. Life flows more easily, synchronicities abound, and opportunities appear effortlessly. Challenges become stepping stones, and doubts lose their grip on you. You become a magnet for the life you desire, radiating confidence, peace, and joy. In closing, remember, this alignment with faith is not about striving to make things happen. It is about allowing them to happen through trust and belief. Faith is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Align with it and watch as the universe conspires in your favor, delivering blessings beyond what you could ever imagine. Trust the process, stay aligned, and let faith be your guiding light. Gratitude before receiving is one of the most powerful principles of manifestation. It is the art of expressing thanks not only for what you already have, but also for the blessings that are yet to come. This act of preemptive gratitude aligns your energy with the reality you desire, creating a magnetic field that draws your dreams into your experience. By giving thanks in advance, you declare to the universe, "I trust in your abundance, and I know my desires are already fulfilled." When you express gratitude before receiving, you step into the state of already having. This shift in perspective is crucial. because manifestation responds not to your wishes or hopes, but to your state of being. If you feel lack, you will manifest more lack. If you feel abundance, you will attract more abundance. Gratitude is the emotional signature of abundance, and when you embody it, you become a vibrational match to your desires. To practice gratitude before receiving, begin by envisioning your desire as already fulfilled. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living the life you dream of, surrounded by the manifestations you seek. Feel the emotions of joy, relief, and excitement as if it has already happened. Then, from that place of emotional fulfillment, speak words of gratitude. Thank you for this blessing. Thank you for the abundance in my life. Thank you for making my dreams a reality. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present. Even if your desire has not yet appeared, gratitude allows you to recognize the abundance already surrounding you. This shift in focus is transformative. It breaks the cycle of longing and replaces it with appreciation, which is a far more potent energy for creation. The universe responds to your gratitude by giving you more reasons to be grateful. Another powerful aspect of gratitude is its ability to dissolve resistance. Often we unconsciously resist our desires through doubt, fear, or impatience. Gratitude bypasses these lower vibrations, aligning you with the flow of life. It is a way of saying, I release my worries and trust in the divine timing of my life. This surrender creates a space for miracles to occur. Gratitude before receiving also cultivates a sense of worthiness. Many people struggle to manifest their desires because deep down, they do not feel deserving of them. By giving thanks in advance, you affirm your worthiness. You say to yourself and the universe, I am worthy of this blessing, and I welcome it into my life. This declaration of worthiness is a powerful catalyst for manifestation. Practicing gratitude daily reinforces this alignment. Begin each morning and end each evening with a moment of thanks. Write down or speak aloud the things you are grateful for, including those you have not yet received. For example, I am grateful for my thriving career, even if you are still seeking that opportunity. Over time, this practice rewires your mind to focus on abundance and possibility rather than lack and limitation. It is also essential to let go of attachment to specific outcomes. Gratitude before receiving does not mean dictating how or when your desires will arrive. It means trusting that the universe knows the best way to bring your blessings to you. Release the need for control and rest in the assurance that everything is unfolding perfectly. Still, as you embrace gratitude before receiving, you will notice a transformation in your life. Doors that once seemed closed will open effortlessly. Opportunities will appear as if by magic. You will feel a sense of peace and certainty, knowing that the universe is working in your favor. Remember that gratitude is not just an act, it is a state of being. It is the language of abundance, the expression of faith, and the key to unlocking your heart's desires. By giving thanks before you receive, you demonstrate trust in the infinite possibilities of the universe. You align yourself with the flow of creation and invite miracles into your life. Live each day in gratitude and watch as the world reflects your inner abundance. Everything you seek is already on its way to you. Thank it, welcome it, and receive it with open arms. Letting go and trusting is one of the most liberating and transformative practices in manifesting your desires. It is the art of releasing attachment to the outcome, surrendering control over the how and when, and placing unwavering trust in the universe's wisdom and timing. To let go and trust is not to give up on your desires, but to release the need to force them into being. It is a declaration of faith, a deep knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Another challenge to letting go is impatience. When you obsess over when your desire will arrive, you disrupt the natural flow of creation. Patience is a form of trust. It says, I know my desire is on its way, and I am willing to wait for it to unfold in perfect timing. Trusting the process means finding joy in the journey rather than fixating solely on the destination. Letting go and trusting also involves releasing the need for constant action. While inspired action is essential, action fueled by anxiety can signal to the universe that you do not trust the process. Instead, align yourself with calm and confident energy. Take action from a place of clarity and joy, not from a place of desperation or fear. The beauty of letting go and trusting lies in the peace it brings. When you release control, you free yourself from stress, anxiety, and overanalysis. You step into a state of flow where life becomes easier, and opportunities present themselves effortlessly. Trust transforms waiting into anticipation, struggle into ease, and fear into love. Beloved listener, know this: the spoken word is not mere sound, but the vibration of creation itself. Every word you release carries with it the essence of what you desire or fear. You must choose your words carefully, for they are not just fleeting moments of expression, they are the architects of your reality. The power of spoken words. The spoken word is one of the most profound tools available to humanity. It is not merely a way to communicate, it is a channel of creation, a force that shapes the reality we inhabit. Words carry vibrations, and these vibrations resonate not only in the physical world, but also in the unseen realms of energy and consciousness. To understand the power of spoken words is to unlock the ability to consciously mold your life. Every word you speak is a seed planted in the soil of your subconscious mind. When spoken with conviction, it is imbued with energy that attracts its likeness. Words do not vanish into thin air, they echo in the fabric of reality, calling forth experiences that align with their essence. Positive, empowering words pave the way for growth, abundance, and joy, while negative or careless words can create obstacles and suffering. But spoken words do not operate in isolation. Their power comes alive when paired with intention and belief. For instance, consider the simple phrase, "I am worthy," if spoken passively or without emotion. The phrase may pass without effect. However, when declared with deep conviction and feeling, "I am worthy" becomes a declaration of truth. It vibrates through your being, aligning your subconscious mind with this reality. This alignment sends a signal to the universe, which reflects this newfound belief in the form of opportunities, relationships, and experiences that affirm your worthiness. To wield the power of words effectively, you must first become conscious of your speech. Too often people speak without realizing the energy their words carry. They utter phrases like "I can't," "it's too hard," or "I'll never succeed." Not knowing, these statements become self-fulfilling prophecies. Every time you say, "I am tired" or "I am unlucky," you are reinforcing that state of being. You are affirming limitation, binding yourself to a narrative that diminishes your potential. Instead, practice speaking words that elevate and empower. Use affirmations that declare your strength, abundance, and success. Say, "I am strong, I am abundant, I am capable of achieving anything I desire." Speak these words, even if your current circumstances seem to contradict them. The spoken word is not bound by the present, it reaches into the future to shape what will come. By affirming what you desire, you are planting the seeds of a new reality. Equally important is the emotional energy behind your words. Words without feeling are like seeds scattered on barren ground. They lack the nourishment needed to grow. When you speak with emotion, be it joy, gratitude, or determination, you breathe life into your words. You amplify their vibration, making them more potent and effective. Feeling is the magnetic force that draws your spoken words into manifestation. There is also immense power in silence after speech. Once you have spoken your desire, trust the process. Too often people undermine their declarations by doubting or overanalyzing. For example, after affirming, "I am wealthy," they might think, "But how? I have so many bills." This contradiction dilutes the power of their words. Speak once, and then let the energy of your words carry their weight. Trust that what you have declared is already on its way. The act of speaking words with intention is not just about manifesting material desires, it is about transforming your inner world. When you affirm love, peace, and abundance, you align with these states of being. Your reality becomes a reflection of the words you habitually speak. Over time, this practice rewires your subconscious mind, creating lasting change from the inside out. To harness the power of spoken words, begin by becoming mindful of your daily speech. Replace self-defeating language with empowering declarations. Speak words that affirm your highest potential and pair them with emotions that match the reality you wish to create. Remember, your words are not empty sounds, they are creative forces. With each phrase you utter, you shape the world around you. As you close your eyes tonight, let your final words be an affirmation of gratitude and faith. Whisper to yourself, "Thank you for the blessings I already have, and thank you for the blessings on their way." In doing so, you align your energy with the infinite possibilities of creation. Speak with intention and watch as your words transform your life. For truly, the power to create your reality lies in the words you choose to speak. The feeling of fulfillment is the bridge between desire and manifestation. It is the sacred space where what you wish for becomes what you experience. To assume the feeling of fulfillment is to live as though your desire is already a reality. It is not about wishing or hoping, it is about embodying the state of having already received. This principle holds the key to transforming your inner world and in turn shaping your external reality. Everything you desire, be it love, wealth, success, or peace, carries with it a unique emotional signature. This emotional state is what your heart truly longs for, more than the object or circumstance itself. For example, when you desire financial freedom, the deeper yearning may be for the feeling of security, ease, and abundance. When you wish for love, you seek the feelings of connection, joy, and belonging. Understanding this is vital, for the universe responds not to the words you speak or the actions you take, but to the vibration of your emotions. To assume the feeling of fulfillment, you must align yourself emotionally with the state you wish to experience. Imagine your desire is already achieved. Picture yourself living the life you long for and ask yourself, how does it feel? Is it a sense of relief, joy, or pride? Is it peace or excitement? Once you identify this feeling, allow it to permeate your being. Carry it with you as though it is your natural state. This practice is not about fooling yourself or pretending in a shallow sense. It is about tapping into the infinite creative power within you. When you assume the feeling of fulfillment, you are training your subconscious mind to accept this new reality as truth. The subconscious mind, the seat of all manifestations, does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. If you consistently hold the feeling of already having what you desire, your subconscious mind will work tirelessly to bring it into your experience. Consider the power of imagination in this process. Your imagination is a tool of creation, a workshop where new realities are born. To assume the feeling of fulfillment, close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself in the scene of your desire. If you wish for a new home, visualize walking through its rooms, touching its walls, and feeling the comfort of being there. If you long for love, imagine the warmth of a loving embrace and the joy of shared laughter. Engage all your senses, see it, hear it, touch it, and most importantly, feel it. But assuming the feeling is not just a mental exercise, it is a way of being. Your thoughts, words, and actions must align with this new state. You cannot say, "I am wealthy," while harboring feelings of lack or acting from a place of scarcity. To assume fulfillment means to think, speak, and act in harmony with the reality you desire. It requires you to live as though you are already the person who has what you want. The resistance may arise, especially if your current reality starkly contrasts with your desired state. This is natural. Doubts and fears are part of the human experience, but they do not have to control you. When such thoughts appear, gently return to the feeling of fulfillment. Remind yourself that the outer world is a reflection of your inner state, and by changing your inner world, you will inevitably change the outer. Gratitude is a powerful ally in this process. When you feel gratitude for something you have not yet seen with your eyes, you affirm its reality in the unseen. Gratitude signals to the universe that you trust in its infinite abundance and that you are ready to receive. As you assume the feeling of fulfillment, let gratitude saturate your heart, amplifying your vibration and drawing your desire closer.